A dreary, melancholic, and still good Easter Wednesday evening to all. Yours truly, Sharms Espina here for PTV News Now. And kicking off our stories for this evening. That is a test fire of a BrahMos missile, a supersonic cruise attack missile assembled and manufactured by BrahMos Airspace, a defense company based in New Delhi, India. Defense Secretary Gilberto Gibbot Teodoro Jr. confirmed in an ambush media encounter in Mandaluyong City earlier today the second batch of the missile system is en route to the country. The forthcoming delivery is part of a three-tranche or battery deal between the Philippines and India, inked in January 2022 to the tune of $375 million or 18.9 billion pesos, and will provide the Philippine Navy much-needed firepower and counterattack capabilities within the country's exclusive economic zone. Touted as the world's fastest supersonic missile system, the Philippines is the third nation after Indonesia and Vietnam to have acquired this sought-after air weaponry that includes mobile launchers and tracking systems. With this latest acquisition, the nation's armed forces is steadily filling out the check boxes in its modernization program of defense and weapons systems on land, at sea, and in the air. In the meantime, the government patiently awaits Washington, D.C.'s formal offer for the purchase of 16 units of the versatile and multi-purpose F-16 fighter jet with a price tag of a little over $5.5 billion. The U.S. Defense Security Cooperation Agency announced in a statement last month of the Philippine government's intent to acquire a number of F-16 fighters to beef up its defense arsenal. As such, the government patiently and optimistically awaits the green light from U.S. Congress to consummate the agreement. Death is not the end of everything, but the beginning of something. A deeper insight in one's mortality, Pope Francis shared in the preface of a book on aging, written by an Italian cardinal to be published this week or next. This thought he shared during the height of his bout with bronchitis, first and then exacerbated to double pneumonia 2 months back. Apparently, Pope Francis somehow knew the end of his life was drawing near, which prompted him to reflect deeper on his being and life's meaning, and the hereafter, eternity and the spiritual realm. Still, the beloved and departed pontiff had made his wishes and funeral arrangements clear. Simple, without the frill or sans most of the pomp and circumstance traditionally observed by the church when its leader passes on. Going against tradition, Pope Francis will be laid in an oak casket, sans the usual double-layer insulation, and then buried underground instead of a crypt in Basilica Santa Maria Maggiore, the less opulent church he often visited before and after his evangelization trips. And when he is laid to rest this weekend, the Vatican will hold a novena period of mourning, after which the 2 to 3 week conclave kicks off to pick who next would wear the shoes of the fishermen. At this moment, let's turn to my colleague in PTV's Pine City studios for what's hot and happening in the Cordilleras. Audrey?
Naimbag arabii, impasigurado ti Comelec Cordillera ti investigasyon kada iti mairip-report katakwada nga aligasyon iti nagduduma akita ti bullying ken discrimination kada iti politiko ita panawen ti kampanya. May basar daytoy iti resolusyon ti Comelec a panakalaped ti bullying ken discrimination iti nagbabatan dagiti kandidato. Iti Cordillera ada dagiti report sa mawawat ti opisina ngem kurang dagiti ebidensya amang panpanaknak iti aligasyon. Iti kanito a mapanagnakan ang naglapsing ti masiknan na politiko iti pamilin ti Comelec, posible ang mapatawan iti panakaibalod iti agingga inem atawen ken madisqualify at umapog iti politika.
Nakakalungkot na mayroong mga ganitong sitwasyon kasi katulad ng lagi naming apila, ang atin sanang kampanya ay maging issue-based, hindi personality-based, hindi sana tayo pumupunta sa pagkakampanya kung saan ihihiyain mo ang isang tao base sa kanyang mga katangian.
Itidaduma pay adamag, ibalbalakad met ti Department of Health dagiti umno awagas tapno maliklikan ti sakit nga itunda tinapudot at temperatura. Iti kaudyan na datos ti pag-asa agayayam iti agingga 28 degrees Celsius ti heat index iti Baguio City ken Benguet karaman pay ditoy iti nagduduma a lugar iti rehiyon. Posible ang mapasaran aging bulan ti Mayo, kinunati Department of Health. Gapu iti mapaspasaran a kinababa ti panawen, posible pakaigapuan na daytoy ti heat-related illnesses kas iti heat stroke, heat cramps, heat exhaustion, kenda dumapay. Napalabas sa tawen as of April 29, 2024, ken 513 a kaso iti 2023. Ngem anya kadi ti mabalin nga aramiden no makapasar wenno makawitness iti maysa nga individual a makapaspasar iti heat-related illness.
We can move the person to a shaded, cool area and provide ventilation. And we can loosen the clothes if possible, apply cold compress, ice packs, cold water or cold wet cloth against the skin, especially in the head, the face, neck, armpits, wrists, ankles, and groins.
Dagita damdamag manipo ditoy PTV Cordillera. Siak ni Breves Busaw na imbag Arabii.
Many thanks, Breves Bulsao. And with that, we call curtains on tonight's show. Join us again tomorrow night for yet another set of stories breaking at the hour here at the People's Station for news you can count on, news you can trust. Sharms Espina here wishing you all a much cooler and restful night ahead. And thank you for watching PTV News Now.